Over the last 12 months, meme coins have exploded in popularity, and that's because everyone has been seeing these regular kids turn their last $100 into literal millions with absolutely no experience. But the truth is, there's much more to it than that. Look, I was as clueless as you when I started. I'd watch an orangey video, copy a few trades, copy a strategy, and think that that was all it took to make millions. They spent months gathering information about other trading styles to create their own. So that's exactly why I'm making this video. The trenches are a confusing place where few properly know where to start, and I'll be condensing all my knowledge on trading styles in over a year experience in the trenches into just one video. And I'll be finally breaking down the blueprint for the main 6 styles that still work today. And every trading style also will have an example of a trader that has made millions from that exact trading style and how they used it. Now let's jump right into the first trading style. So the first trading style, and probably the most well-known trading style, is scalping. Obviously the example I'm going to be using for this is Cupsy, but there are hundreds and hundreds of other traders that do replicate this and do it well, like Centered, DV, and Orangey. Now, if you don't already know, scalping is a trading style that focuses on making small profits from a few seconds of volume, usually on new pairs, and they compound this hundreds and hundreds of times a day, being the most consistent trading style by far, to end up making money regardless of how much volume there is in the market at the time. Now, if we go on to Cupsy's wallet, who is by far the best example of this, you can see this executed very, very well, with over 6,000 tokens traded on the month, as you can see there, with a median hold time of just 12 seconds and a win rate of 70%. If we scroll through his trades, you can see all of his ROIs are actually quite low, and if we go on the 1 day, you can see this even better. Although he does hit some runners, he optimizes his trading setup so he can make, as you can see here, 33% gain and still make $2,000 in the making. And as you can see, with all these trades and the little losses he takes, all these 15% gains, 25% gains, 20% gains, all adds up. Now, if you want to scalp, you're obviously going to want to be on Axiom Pro Trading Bot. If you're not already on that, you're really far behind, as it is the fastest trading bot to get the quickest fills on new pairs. I'll leave a link in the description to get a small % off fees. And on your new pairs category, you're going to have little to no filters on there, so you can see every coin possible and actually catch these coins at 6k and then scalp them all the way up to 15, 20, 30 or whatever else. But the most important thing about scalping is adapting with the meta. If you don't adapt with the meta, you'll get left behind, and the consistency that comes with scalping won't come with you and your trading style. Overall, when you're scalping, you just want a really short hold time. You want to be trading off volume. You want to have hundreds of trades a day, and you want to be extremely consistent, although it does have a very high time commitment. With Cupsy being on over 16 hours majority of his days, you can tell that it is definitely taxing on you to stay that consistent, especially if you have a full-time job, you go to school. If you're missing new pairs and you don't know what's already been done, you are likely going to lose a lot more money on new pairs just scalping, and it might not be the trading style for you. Now, the next trading style, I don't really have a name for this one, but it's more of a size and a belief trader that holds coins for a very long time. The example I'm going to be using is DGen Powell, if you do know him. He has one of the craziest track records on chain, with over 12 million hit on Trump, over 3 million hit on Peanut, which he did also sell on Jupiter, so it doesn't show his full P&L here. Over 3 million hit on Pasternak as well, and as you can see, these gains are insane percentages on insane amounts of size. As you can see on Trump, he blasted 21 million all up. He blasted 350,000 on Pasternak and pulled off a 9x. He blasted 720,000 on Peanut at just 1 cent. Although he's only taken 1,200 trades in his career, when Cupsy's traded over 6,500 trades on the month alone. So you can see he's definitely more selective in what he's aping, and he just goes and sizes in on what he really likes and sizes in on the big runners. Now, with this trading style, obviously you do want to be on Axiom again, so you can find the coins on the migrated tab. But the thing is, you don't actually need most of this stuff, as most of your intel are going to be coming from Twitter. As long as you build yourself up a really solid following list, you'll be able to see all the runners on your Twitter and your Telegram alone. So that is really the importance of being active on this rather than Pulse. People like Cupsy, they have to be active on new pairs every second, as coins do change very fast. But if you're just aiming to size into coins over 1 million market cap with, say, over $10,000, you can just scroll on Twitter, see the runners on Twitter. As you can see, there's a coin here. Check it out. You do your deep dive on that, and you don't actually have to be actively scanning new pairs and all the pairs that come out, although that can be very helpful. If you want to adapt the size and belief type of trading, you want to have a pretty large portfolio already. As you can see, Powell does also have some very big losses, which leads to the fact that you need a big portfolio. He's lost over $730,000 on just one wallet on Libra alone, $630,000 on Goat, $500,000 on A16, and I could go on and on. All these 6-figure, 5-figure, 4-figure losses all do add up. So you definitely need a very big portfolio. So if you don't have a very big portfolio and then you're new to the space, this is probably not the trading style for you. Obviously, people want to push the holding trading style as that's what makes them money. If people hold and they lose money, you will be their exit liquidity and they will make more money for themselves. So it makes sense that they want to push this on you, but it doesn't make the most sense as a trading style for new beginners as a whole. Because there's times like now that there's not as many big runners as in January, December, February, and November. As you can see, all of these trades here are from the earlier months. So he hasn't really been hitting big plays like these recently. So his money source has really dried up. Honestly, that's the main downfall of this trading style. It's just the fact that you have to have an insane amount of normies and an insane amount of people on chain to be blasting these coins up to 500 million or even, 2.5 billion like Peanut went, 70 billion like Trump went. You need very, very big runners for this trading style to be successful. Now, Pow does have some of the craziest theses on chain, and you have to be really, really delusional to pull off this trading style. He posts in his Telegram a lot of his thoughts on coins, where if you're a new pairs trader or you're a scalper, you can just buy something because you think it's funny, you think there's a short-term narrative, you think people will FOMO in after you, or whatever it may be. That is not the case for this trading style. You need to have really, really deep conviction in your coins that you do hold, as you're not holding that many coins. As you can see, this is one of the coins Pow did ape. Look how long of a thesis he did write on this one coin alone. Cupsy couldn't even make a thesis like this on any of his coins because he's usually in and out within 10 seconds. It doesn't make sense to formulate all of this. When you're trading like this, you need to be writing up theses like this, having a long list of things, future catalysts and future attention that this coin may get that would lead them to pump the coin. There has to be some sort of friction on why people aren't aping the coin now and what they're scared of to happen with the coin for it to have future attention and people FOMO much higher up in the charts. That's why Pow's so successful. There was so much FUD on Peanut. People were saying it's going to die off after the election. He said otherwise. He DCA'd his bags. He believed, and he was down over 70% on the coin, and it ended up being one of his biggest trades with an over 11 million profit across all of his wallets alone. People doubted him, but he didn't listen. He blocked out the noise and he listened to his own conviction, and that's why he's a winner. Now, the next trading style we're going to be going over is the one of Eurus, and I call this one the Daily Runner Hunter. I don't know what you want to call it. It's pretty similar to Cupsy's trading style, although it does hold the daily runners much more. So they're trying to hit that 1 million, 2 million, 3 million runner with conviction and piecing together narratives a lot more than the scalper, with less of a focus on new pairs. Obviously, the lower market cap you can catch the daily runner, the better, but they will also blast on migrated tab, they'll blast on final stretch, they'll blast wherever they want, wherever they feel that this coin can go much higher. Now, if we go into Eurus's profile, you can see he's very good at doing this. He has lots of big P&Ls like this, 2,400% when he's only bought $4,000 at around a 77,000 market cap. That is a very huge P&L with huge percentages. You can see a lot more higher percentages, 1,000, 2,500 there, you got another 1,000 there, 1,000 there, 2,100 there. He has lots of high percentages but that's what he's aiming for. He gets in low, he gets in with small size, he trades lots of tokens but nowhere near as much as Cupsy, and he doesn't cheat nowhere near as much. He's obviously got the risk of round tripping, but he does clip a lot more than the holders. He doesn't connect it to his bags at all, and he trades it purely based off the PA, the narrative, the chart, and anything else he can trade it off. Honestly, I think this is the best trading style for most people that want to get into the trenches, although you do have to spend a very long time on your screen. Exactly like the scalping trading style we talked about before, Eurus is on mostly 16, 14, 12 hours a day, 10 very minimum, just to make sure he's online for all the runners. It is very hit and miss, it's less consistent than the scalping trading style, but it is a good in between the power trading style and the Cupsy trading style. Now, the next trading style I'm going to be talking about is very 50-50 within trenches. Some people hate it, some people love it. Either way, it does work and it's very consistent. And the trader I'll be showing you only buys tweet catchers trading styles. There's not many people that only buy it. Almost everyone does buy some sort of tweets, but not many people only buy tweets. I mean, non-stop there's tweets and tweets and tweets, and if you have a CT tracker, you can catch every single one of them. Basically, there was Super Trump. If we look, there's 5 different PVPs just here alone, and you can see this one's still holding pretty high. See, if we have a look at this one, obviously I did buy it and I did sell. I lost a little bit of money because I was very late. But look at the price jump at the start of the token. If we look at this range from here to here, this is a 2-minute range going from 0 to basically 500, 600,000 market cap. And if we go over to top traders, 157 sol here, DVCES, he made 258 sol over multiple wallets, and a lot of people people made a lot more money. So the risk and the reward ratio is really good. He got in at 8,000 market cap, so there was basically no way he could have lost money, as obviously when it's at 8k market cap you can only lose 30% of your buy, and he hit a crazy multiple on his money, over a 20x just in a few minutes or a few seconds off of a CT tracker. Obviously if you don't have a CT tracker, you can go over to Axiom. They have a free CT tracker that you can put on the side of your chart. You can see all the new tweets coming out. I don't have any added to mine as I do use one on Discord, but it is very good and it's basically almost instant. They give you lists of traders that you should track and everything you need to actually be profitable with this strategy. Now if we go into the guy's wallet that I'm going to be talking about, it's Clux. Not many people do know him, but he did hit this massive play on America recently, 133k from $6,000, and that was a tweet. This 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 was a tweet. He basically only apes tweet. You get the point. So he is active on his CT tracker. He basically only looks at his CT tracker rather than new pairs. When you're looking at tweets, you have to understand how big and how long-term of a narrative it is, and you also have to get out fast, but not cheating at the same time. If we look at America Party here, this coin wicked to over $10 million, and he did end up selling, basically the top, becoming one of the top traders on this. As you can see, he was just selling, and he got out very quickly in big clips. He got out with a 2 million average exit, very low, but he did get in at a 110k. So yeah, if you catch a really big tweet like this was Elon Musk creating a new party. It was an upcoming thing. All the trenches anticipated it. You have to think about future attention, how popular the person that tweeted it is, how many times this could get retweeted by other people, could it get caught on by other people, you know, everything like that. Obviously, depending on the market cap that the coin is. If it's a brand new coin, you can get 4k, 8k, 6k TX if you're fast enough. If it's an old coin, you can get, 100k, 50k with all just stagnant holders that won't sell on your head. Meaning, obviously, as you can see here, he turned his 45 sol into over 900 in just a few seconds. Now, the next trading style I'm going to be talking about is AI tech coins. Back in January, when there was lots of AI and tech coins coming out, these were absolutely lucrative and you could make millions from these coins. One person that did make millions from these coins was Flipping Profits. This is Flipping Profits wallet here, and as you can see, there's $24 million in P&L on the singular wallet. Obviously, if you get rid of Melania, Libra, and Trump, he's down a lot of P&L, but you can still see all of these massive hits of his were all different type of tech coins. There's Solar AI, Jelly, Boop, Goon Coin. There's all these different types of AI and tech coins, and the possibility for them are endless, as they are actually have a use and they're not just a meme that's going to die off slowly. When these people look for AI coins, they go into SoulScan, they check the dev funding wallets. I'll just show you how to do that right now. If you are on Axiom, which you very well should be, they have added this new feature where you can check the dev fundings right here. So you can hover over, you can see where the devs funded from. Obviously, the importance of checking this, you can even click on the view transaction on SoulScan here. As you can see, this little green thing here means this wallet here has deployed a coin before. If they are funded from another deployer and it's supposed to be an AI tech coin and that coin has rugged that they were funded from, yeah, it's very bearish, because that means that deployer isn't legit, they don't have good intentions with the coin, and you obviously want to avoid it as quick as possible. So the better you can get at SoulScan, you can then check the bundles, you can check over every single thing you see in the coin. But yeah, overall these coins are really lucrative if you have the right wallets. You know how to look for bundles, you know how to check dev funding, and overall when the meta is there, they are absolutely nutty to catch. The last trading style I'm going to be covering actually takes the least amount of time out of all the different trading styles I've chosen for this video, and it is the TikTok Frontrunner, or the attention Frontrunner. This is really good for young people, especially Gen Z that's already active on all social medias, as it will come to you very easily. You don't have to be on new pairs, you don't have to be staring at pulse, you just have to know where attention is and when trends form. I couldn't find a really good example of just one trader for this, but I have found a random FNF group on Twitter that does do this very well, although they obviously bundle the coins up a lot. You can see Roger here, 130,000 P&L across the group, and Law, 150,000 P&L across the group. Seems like all their coins are definitely TikTok coins and or attention front run, so I'll definitely be going through some of their trades and how they've caught some of these trades. Now if you go into the chart of these traders, obviously you can see chart, it doesn't really matter what the price is at now, more what matters is the links. As you can see, there's a Twitter link and there's also a TikTok link. If you go on the TikTok, it's actually a search and it brings you here onto and it sees all these search searches about Roger, which was an animal that actually died on TikTok and was really viral. So yeah, obviously it's going to blow up. People like dead animals. People love this narrative of virality, and obviously if there's more attention on a coin, it will pump up the market. So these people saw this trend arising very early. You have to actually front run the trend, so you have to catch the coins very early, sub migration. So as you can see, this is the coin here. You can see if I turn off my tracked wallet, it was a very long type of coin. It took ages to actually bond, almost a day, and then you can see it peaked at around almost 5 million market cap. So if you caught it anywhere pre-bonding, it was a free 100, 200, 300x depending on where you actually caught it, leading to obviously a very big P&L just like this one. Now if we go into this law trade, this law trade is slightly different as it's a different form of attention. It actually wasn't a TikTok trend, it was just a singular Twitter post. So if you go into this Twitter post, as you can see, it has almost 1 billion views on Twitter, which is absolutely insane. That means 1 in 8 people in the world has seen this tweet. So it is dumb viral. So obviously the more viral it is, the more chance of interactions. This had a Elon tweet, a Tesla tweet, and other big tweets like that led the market cap to pump like this. I bought for a little scalp, and as you can see, I made 15 SOL just off a tweet scalp. And obviously I was nowhere near early. I was in at 600k, and it topped at over 8 million market cap, which is actually insane. So if you can see these tweets come out early, you see them around the 100 million, it's always good to, you know, bookmark them, leave them for later, maybe gamble on a coin at 10k, because the risk to reward is there. These TikTok front runners, they don't care how many shots they miss, they care about how many shots they make. They will shoot 50, 100, 200 shots at 10, 5, 20,000 market cap even, if they see the risk to reward. If they can hit one coin that hits to 5 million, it'll pay off for all their small, you know, 0.5, 1 SOL losses, as you can see here with 150,000 P&L on the one coin alone. Honestly, this definitely is the best trading style if you are a Gen Z and you don't have much time. Maybe you have a full-time job, you're a full-time at school. Especially when normies come back, you will definitely see a lot more attention on these TikTok coins, as they're more easy to understand, and the more trench related they are, like this one here, the easier it is to actually catch, and the higher it will pump up in market cap. So I know the question you're all asking, how do I actually pick the best style that fits you? The truth is, it's not as easy as that. You have to think about everything from your capital you're starting with, how long you've been in the trenches, how many trades you want to take a day, how many hours you want to commit to the trenches, and what you're actually good at. You have to first of all figure out what you're good at. People are naturally good at different things when they come into the trenches. That's why I say you can't just copy and paste an orangey video. You can't just copy and paste any kind of YouTube video, as people are different. Trading is one of the most personalized things, and you can make money in so many different ways. There's literally hundreds of different trading styles. I'm just focusing on the best 6. So the best way to do it is just try out every single thing until you start to hit big. The moral of the story is find out what you're good at and abuse it over and over again. If you did like this video or you want more like this, I make lots of videos like this on the channel. Drop a sub, drop a comment, all that kind of thing, and I'll see you in the next one.